Okay, so let's start. Xn, we have given a sequence Xn which is equals to 1 plus 1 over n plus 1. This is the sequence. Okay, we have to show its limit. What we have to find its limit. So for this, first note that we have already proved this, the limit of n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 over n over this thing is equals to e. Okay, so we already proved this. I think it's your assignment to that limit of n tends. It is given in Bartle book, so you guys can take help from there. That limit of n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 over n, and sometimes this thing 1 plus 1 over n power n, this can be written in that alternative form. So yeah, so limit n tends to infinity en is e. Okay, so we already have this limit. We use this. Our given question is limit n tends to infinity sequence of 1 plus 1 and plus 1. So it can be written as limit n tends to infinity, and we can 1 plus 1 over write it as a product. Yes. Yeah. Now further, I can split the limit n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 over n power n into limit n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 over this thing. Okay, and we know that the limit of this thing is e. The main point to note is that whatever given in this division, the argument, it is n. So the same thing must be placed here, which is n, right? So these are two things must be same. Whenever they are same, we can write that this limit is e into limit of n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 over n. And when we apply limit inside the bracket, so limit of 1 is 1 plus, and 1 over n limit is 0. So e into 1 is e. So it means that 1 plus 1 over n into over n plus 1. This sequence has also the same limit. This limit is e, like this limit, when we have a simple n term. Okay, I hope it is clear because it's very easy. Okay. Another question. Just give me a second. Okay. The next question is again xn equals 1 plus 1 over n. Now power is 2. This is the sequence we are given. Now we can see that this thing and this power is not same. So but I can write, and we have to find the limit of limit n tends to infinity. How can we write this? 1 plus 1 over n into n, and another bracket power 2, right? In the next step, what we can do with the limit n tends to infinity, take inside the power, which can be written like that. So now again, limit n tends to infinity, 1 plus 1 over n, and the power is again same, which is n. So I can write e, and the 2 is in the same position. So this is okay. Now part C, again part C is same, but here the problem is this negative sign. Let me write xn equals 1 minus 1 over n raised to the power n. This is the sequence we are given. The thing we already know is this, that limit of n tends to infinity, 1 plus 1 over n to the power n. Limit of this sequence. This is e, but here what we have is minus sign. So what can we do? We just make this term to our desirable form. For this, first observe that limit n tends to infinity, limit tends to infinity at n equals to, okay, so how can I write it? N minus 1 over n. I simply take an LCM, right? The next term, limit n tends to infinity, it can be written as 1 over n into n minus 1. This is the part, right? Okay, so if I split the power, So it takes this one. Just a second. Okay. Limit and tends to infinity 1 over into n minus. Okay. Again, from here I can write this in this form: limit and tends to infinity and 1 divided by n plus 1 minus 1. This I add and subtract minus 1 and plus 1. Okay. So limits and tends to infinity. How can I write this? 1 over n minus 1, n minus 1, n minus 1. Just breaking the LCM. Okay. Again, limit and tends to infinity. So 1 over, which is 1 plus 1 over n minus 1. The power is n and this. But now you can see we have n here and n minus 1 here. So what we can do in the next step, now it become obvious that I can add or subtract 1 over 1 plus 1 over n minus 1, and we have n here, so I can subtract 1 and add 1. Okay. Limit and tends to infinity. Okay, so again it can be written like this: 1 plus 1 over n minus 1 power n minus 1 into 1 plus 1 over n minus 1. Again, power is 1. So the whole second. Okay, now we split the sequence. Let's split the limit, and by this we can write it like this. So 1 as it is, limit, and because limit of 1 is always 1, we take it as a constant. N minus 1, n minus 1 into, again we apply limit and to infinity 1 plus 1 over n minus 1. Now we know this is the 1 divided by, this is e into limit 1 is 1 plus 0, which is equals to 1 over e. This is okay. So do part D by yourself. It's very easy. Let me show you. Yeah, 1 plus 1 over n plus 1 into n. So you just have to add or subtract n plus 1 and minus 1 in the power, and split n+1 term and -1 term, and you get your answer. So I hope you can do it well. बट अगर कोई इशू या प्रॉब्लम होता है तो मैं इसका भी ग्रुप पे आंसर अपलोड कर दूंगा, सोल्यूशन अपलोड कर दूंगा. ओके, सो वी हैव वेरी फ्यू पार्टिसिपेंट. ओके अरीब, डू यू हेयर मी? कोई क्वेश्चन है? कोई क्वेश्चन है अरीब?
नो, कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं. थैंक यू.
अच्छा जी. फैजान, फैजान आई थिंक फैजान तो ज्वाइन करके सो गया क्या? जैनब, एनी क्वेश्चन?
No.
Okay, so I'm signing out. Take care all. Love.
अल्लाह हाफ़िज़.